As a mother with kids, I feel incredibly safe. Options-wise, for your children, there's really so much. That's probably what people see on TV about Dubai, but you just always have a sense that someone's... Yeah, I hope it changes in enough time for my kids.
In this video, we're going to be looking at the pros, the cons, the conceptions, the misconceptions about moving and living in Dubai. Today, I'm so blessed to be welcomed by Rida. What's your favorite part of your life and day job and being in Dubai?
Well, Dubai has been wonderful because it's offered me a lot of flexibility. So I get to still be a mom, be an entrepreneur, be a business person, and it's all at my fingertips here.
So when did you move to Dubai?
I've been here since the end of 2010.
Yeah. And why did you move to Dubai? What brought you to the country?
I was in my 20s. It was a new adventure. I had some good friends and family here, and I wanted to try something new. And Dubai seemed like an interesting place at the time, and I made a very good choice.
Fantastic. So, Rida, so what do you do for a living?
For a good chunk, I've been a busy mom, but recently I have gotten to the world of finance. I do a little bit of trading with my own company, and I'm entering the world of real estate now.
And how does it compare the cost of living here to other countries in the world that you have had from your experiences?
Recently, a little bit more, but cost of living when you compare to other cities in the world, it's still, I think we're still quite a bit cheaper. But from 2010 to now, we've been seeing the changes, especially in the last 2-3 years. It's gone
Obviously, the cost of accommodation must be a lot higher now with the demand. I'm told that there's a lot of people have moved here recently in the last couple of years. I mean, if you read the statistics in any of the financial papers, they're saying over 10,000 millionaires have left the UK and have come here. Have you seen a massive influx, or you've seen a steady influx? Because it's hard to believe the truth.
Well, if you judge by the traffic, it's a massive influx. So we've really noticed, I think, the changes probably in the past 2 years more than the rest of the time I've been here. But you also see it in how many developments and how much actually just physically Dubai has grown.
I find it very interesting that Dubai seems to be a younger community of entrepreneurial people where you've sort of encouraged to come here, work hard, make your money, make it happen. And then for me, Abu Dhabi seems more family orientated. They seem to be wanting to attract families and more wealthier families is my kind of outside impression. Is that true or not true? Or
it's hard for me to speak on Abu Dhabi. I also have my own impression on it because there's a lot of bigger companies there, like the bigger banks for the whole of UAE, the bigger petrol companies, everything are based in Abu Dhabi.
Is more of a financial center based there, or a little bit
Not
of both?
necessarily,
No?
but I think
Okay.
that's why. But Dubai has always attracted the entrepreneurial community. Maybe Abu Dhabi will start, but they've set up full free zones for that. Like you've got your media city section and stuff, and they've always had that initiative for a while. So I think now with the changes in the golden visa particularly, they're really trying to attract different sectors, including tech and yeah.
And being a lady in Dubai, how safe do you feel? I mean, can you wander the streets? Do you feel threatened? I mean, I know it's a strange question, but in London right now, you're not as safe as you used to be wandering around. People get their phones stolen every 5 minutes.
Correct. I think in a way, Dubai's already almost spoiled us a bit because we literally leave our handbags open, phone on the side, walk away, come back.
So you literally say, leave your things on a table, go off.
And it's really rare if someone will come and take anything of yours. There's like an honor code. Everyone, there's even petty theft. I've never experienced it in my 15 years, nor do I know anyone else who has.
So as a lady, you feel very safe?
As a woman particularly, I feel safe. As a mother with kids, I feel incredibly safe. Even for my children, when I travel, I've got my eyes on my kids. Where are they? Where are they every moment? Here, I have my eyes on my kids, but I know they're safe. There's a strong sense that I know that nothing's going to happen to them, even if the mall, at the park.
And I think that's one of the big attractions when you relocate to the Middle East and to Dubai, especially, is the safety and the security.
Absolutely.
And do you feel safe out at night if it's like 3 o'clock in the morning? I don't know if you go out at 3 o'clock in the morning being a mother, but you might have the odd night help where you go out. But would you feel safe at that sort of time? Same applies?
Same. And actually you're right, I don't go out much at night anymore, but if I were to, you do actually see patrol and police around on the streets. You just always have a sense that someone's taking care of you. You're fine.
And how do you like the weather here?
Most of the year, half of the year, most of the year, we're okay. It gets very warm, but the city is built so you're not really outside. So everyone starts being inside in the malls and the restaurants and stuff. I would say about now. We're coming to June about now.
It's what, 37 degrees?
Yeah.
Does it get much hotter? Does it get more
Oh,
humid?
definitely it'll get more hotter
Yeah?
and it'll get more humid.
Okay.
All of it. But a lot of expats travel during that time when it's the hottest. The schools are closed when it's the hottest.
You get used to.
Yeah, I think it's the numbers make it sound worse, but when you're actually in the city, you spend very little time outside feeling the heat. You're in your houses in the AC and then off to malls and stuff.
And then obviously there's very driven entrepreneurial people here. How do you feel about being surrounded by a sort of driven entrepreneurial spirit? And is it very easy to find business people that you can trust? I mean, it's a misconception. It's like, it's go, go, go. Come here, make your money. It's tax-free. Be an entrepreneur, be successful. How does that feel living here and working here day to day? Is there a lot of competition or is it more relaxed and balanced?
Well, it's like any other big city. You get a bit of everything, but you find your people like as you do in other parts. And I'm blessed to be surrounded by some wonderful entrepreneurial people. So constantly you're inspired. You get out there and you're always having really interesting conversations because I think what's a change that's happened in the last 5 years in Dubai is people are really trying to make this their home. So people are really starting, even if they came here with a company, maybe they want to leave that, they're starting their businesses, they're trying to figure out how to make the place better. And Dubai has really created a space where you can do that.
I think for me, that's a key point. You mentioned that people are trying to make it a home now. And I think we're going to see the world's wealthiest people. I mean, you go out in a restaurant, it's Italians, it's French, it's Germans, it's Americans. The whole world seems to have descended into the region and Dubai especially.
Yeah, and Dubai celebrates it. It's really cool to see my kids and their group of friends and the diversity and the teachers. And really, it's a melting pot and you're getting expertise and experiences and diversity from everywhere. And Dubai's open to having it and make Dubai better.
And how hard when you're working and living in a sort of tax-free environment and there's so much opportunity to spend money, kind of like you can live a very luxurious lifestyle but burn dollars like there's no tomorrow. It's just like throwing, when you have children, you're just throwing dollars out the door every single day. How hard is it to save and get that balance here?
Again, I think that's anywhere in the world. That's dependent on you. So we are in malls a lot more. We are advertised to a lot more. So I see my kids, but it's a conscious decision how you want to raise your kids, how you want to have your family, what kind of consumption you choose. If you want to be part of that and you can spend everything. Or there's lots of ways to save. There's lots of businesses to invest in. There's a lot of interesting things happening to, make smart financial choices.
No, I think for me, it's saving money is so important and to invest, but it's kind of, everything's, yes, you have tax free, but the consumption, but if you're living in an aircon environment, a lot of your time during the summer is going to be in malls, and I don't know if there are children's play centers and things. I've got no experience of that here.
There are plenty. So that's one thing about Dubai is options wise for your children. There's really so much. My daughter plays violin. My son does parkour. My daughter also does Muay Thai. And that's just this year. The year before, she used to do a whole another range of activities. So because it's smaller, it's a lot more accessible. A lot of cool things happen for kids.
And are there any downsides to living here where the perception is that so many people are making so much money? Do you feel that when you're here?
I think that's probably what people see on TV about Dubai. But of course, there's that group of people that come here, but they come here with money. But there's a lot of people working really hard. There's a middle class here as well. And it's becoming more of a real economy, Dubai. It's becoming a real city. So it's got
I mean, it's more, I see more evidence of wealth here than other places. And okay, Monaco's very small and you see the nice cars. But here, there's a lot of nice cars zooming up and down and around. I don't seem to see that in Saudi so much. It's kind of different kind of wealth. It's like, it seems to be like a show community.
Yeah.
And like compared to Saudi, because that's where I've been recently, it's much more, there's no real evidence of wealth. It's like I don't know, I describe it as like an elegant wealth.
I understand.
That you can't see it, but it's there. And here is, oh, look at me type thing. Is that true or not true? Or?
Not of everyone, but yes, I know who you're talking about when you say that. But it's not of everyone. I wouldn't even say the majority of the people that are here. I know some people that are pretty high ups in whatever, but very down to earth people. So.
And for you, what would you say is the biggest negative about living in Dubai?
Biggest negative? That's a hard one because, we consciously choose Dubai as where we're raising our kids. I guess 1 or 2 of the summer months when it hits, you're worried about 37, it goes up to 50 plus.
I'm off to Riyadh later and it's 45. And
there you go.
I was there recently and you just literally, as soon as you come out of the hotel into a car, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
I thought you might have said the traffic, because for me,
Yeah,
being
that's
in
a recent thing, but they're working on it.
Yeah, they are.
They
No,
are working on
but
it.
it's interesting that it is a thing and it's a challenge, but they're making changes
Yeah.
to solve that challenge.
No, the traffic is a good one, but they are making changes. And it's something, if you've been here past 5 years, you're not used to actually. I live in an area called Camp 3, which is close to Burj Al Arab. For me to get to Dubai Mall used to take me 10, 15 minutes. I cannot do it in less than 30 minutes now. So it's doubled for us. I know 30 minutes is still not bad,
Yeah.
but for the people who've been here, it's doubled, but it's okay. It's still manageable.
Yeah. So how long do you plan to stay in Dubai?
I'm trying to figure out where my kids are going to university and if there's going to be a new university open here. Because, we're very conscious about living and choosing Dubai.
So no plans to leave or
I
go
hope
anywhere
not.
next?
Yeah, I
No.
hope not. No.
I mean, university is interesting because there's so many international schools are providing services here. So you would expect as the population grows, then those sorts of things would then become norm here.
Yeah, I think we're at a place where things are actually quite changing in education and not necessarily university level, but we've got schools like Harrow. Did you know Harrow is going to be opening Headstone here? So I think Dubai's attracting, as it's growing, education has to grow. We actually, I think, have a shortage of schools. Yeah, I hope it changes in enough time for my kids too, because as the world changes, you want to keep them a little closer if you can.
Yeah. And the thing is, taxation, there's no tax here.
Well, personal tax, no, they have started VAT.
Yeah.
We're starting corporate tax.
Okay.
So
we've had a period of 0 and now there's a little bit of tax. So VAT, how much would that be roughly?
5% is
5.
VAT.
On all goods and services or select goods and services?
No, I think it's all goods and services.
Yeah.
And corporate tax also, there are exemptions. Corporate tax is pretty brand new, so I'm going to be filing for the first time as well. So we're going to find out if there are exemptions, and I'm sure there will be. So we'll find out from September onwards.
So basically, the majority of people here in a personal capacity pay no tax.
No income tax. No.
None.
Yeah.
0.
I mean, we have our tolls on the highway. We have those kind of hidden taxes, but very small. Otherwise, no, income tax, nothing.
So you have an accent that I can't work out. So where have you lived before in your life? Tell me about you.
My accent's a bit of a jumble. So I was actually born here, but I left very young and I went to Hong Kong and then Singapore and international schools and then off to America to study and then a little time in Italy and then full circle back to Dubai now.
Wow. And you've been here for the last, you mentioned
15 years.
15.
15 years.
Wow. So who do you think in the world would benefit most from living in Dubai?
I think they've created a system that anyone can benefit from this system. You just have to learn a little bit more about it if you're a business owner. Or I've got plenty of friends who are opening family offices here. But everyone is trying to have a presence in Dubai. Maybe because the world is changing so much and rules are changing almost as an alternative investment. I would say, I can't think of anyone who wouldn't find an advantage.
No, I
of being
know.
out
It's just
here,
interesting because it's kind of, we've had many people ask us questions about, who benefits the most and whether it's a place just for the wealthy. But I think it's a community of everyone and the government really wants people to be successful. They were encouraging investment, whether it's crypto, for example. I met some people recently and, there's a crypto center and there's up to $150 million available for investment into businesses and they want you to do well. And in that environment, they have weekly group sessions where they invite companies that they think could benefit from meeting each other. And I kind of don't really know of too many places elsewhere in the world that's like that.
And even I think recently one of the Sheikh's offices also launched something for communities. So if you have a community that you want to advertise a bit more just to find more people, like-minded people, they're facilitating that too. So I agree with you. They really do want to attract not just the uber wealthy, but like anyone who wants to kind of make this their home. And I think Golden Visa was an attempt to that too, to come, stay, not just an investment.
Even Donald Trump's now created a golden visa for America. So what would you say from your perspective is one of the top reasons from living and working in Dubai?
Safety, opportunity.
I think it's in the top 5. I can't remember.
Safest cities? Yes,
Yeah.
recently it was in the
It's
top.
up 1, 2, 3. It's up there.
Yeah, it is.
And you feel that living here.
No, you know that. Yeah, for sure. You know that.
The thing that I've realized is that everything's so clean.
Yeah.
It's like spotless. You go
It
to the
is.
malls, there is like nothing.
Yeah.
And all the streets, everything's so clean.
There are systems in place and it's always been like that. It's not a new thing. Dubai's always been very clean.
I mean, for me, I can just about cope with 37. It's a bit just on the edge, like for me. I mean, I like cold plunges for my mental health and well-being. I like swimming in cold seas. I go into ice baths and all sorts of things. So how do you cope when it gets like super hot in the summer?
A lot of us travel.
Right. So you're not here. You leave. Everyone leaves.
A lot of us go elsewhere.
Yeah.
But even though, like, I don't travel for the whole summer most of the time, I'm here for a good chunk of it. It's not that bad.
You just don't go outside. Someone
No,
said,
actually we do. We just don't go outside probably prior to 3:00. They have these things where you can go, not stay at the hotel, but go to all the hotel and use the hotels and use their facilities.
because the hotels are not as busy as they would normally be because less people are coming because it's so hot.
But they're still not empty. You'd
Yeah,
be
I know,
surprised. We
I know,
still
I've
get a
seen.
lot of tourism. So
Yeah.
and you can use facilities there.
And do you feel a happier person being sort of in the sunshine all year round? Do you miss seasons or?
So I spent a little time in the UK,
Yeah.
and as much as I love that city, something happens when you actually wake up in the morning and see sunshine right away.
As a human being, you do feel
That
happier.
it is necessary. Yeah, you don't realize it, but when you wake up, first thing you see is sun. You start your day differently. And when you wake up and the skies are gray and,
So when you're waking up in the sunshine and there's kind of lots of people around, do you find it's a big expat community? Is it international community? Is there more people from the United Kingdom than France, Germany, or is it all more of a mixture now? What are you seeing?
now it's
day to
changing.
day?
Before, yes, it was a lot.
Because 90% are expats,
Yes.
generally speaking,
Yeah, and it's been like that
forever.
forever.
Yeah.
But even in our schools and where you have people that are locals, you have people that are expats, you have people that have been here 5 years, 2 years, 20 years. I think what I'm finding when I first moved here, I remember the expats where I was meeting was like, I've been here 2 years, I'm probably leaving next year. Now everyone I meet is I've been here 7 years, I've been here 10 years. I was born and raised here. So people are choosing to stay is what I've seen the change. I've seen that change in the last 5 years, I would say.
That's interesting. And then also more than half of the population is aged 25 to 44.
Yeah.
Do you think that's fair or not in terms of what you see for younger people here? And the ratio of men to women is 2 to 1.
Is that true?
Apparently. So the research have told me in my questions.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, living here, I didn't know that. I don't feel that.
Yeah.
I wonder if that ratio is calculated because a lot of the labor, everything, that's all men.
Yeah,
not
maybe.
much- I wonder because you don't walk around feeling that.
No, you don't. But you don't see many older people. I'm 54, so I'm already out of the range. So you don't see lots of elderly people.
Well, when I talk to my own parents and my in-laws and stuff, they're also deciding where they want to be at this point in their life. And I think as medical also changes here in Dubai, that's going to change as well.
And there's also a lot of misconceptions about what you can and can't do in Dubai. So it is a Muslim country. Do you feel the religion? Is it a serious thing? Is it relaxed?
So I'm Muslim, so it's actually been nice to have that community here. But it's celebrated as much as it's celebrated for anyone. Like Diwali will be happening, and we're celebrating Diwali. Christmas is happening. All the malls are decorated with Christmas decorations. So it is Muslim, but it's quite inclusive.
Yeah, I don't really feel or notice it either way. And what about weekends? Because that's another misconception. Does the weekend start on a Friday or does it now start on a Saturday?
That was recently changed. A few years now. Not that recently, actually. It's been a few years. But no, we're back to
the weekend,
Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday is work and Saturday and Sunday is the weekend.
Yeah. And I've got a lot of my family is in finance. So it works better for them because they still have to be, even if Friday's off here, markets are open. But now it's Monday to Friday.
Money never sleeps.
Yeah, money never sleeps.
And then the other thing is for me, as I've got older, I don't really drink alcohol, but it's kind of readily available now here and has been for many, many years. I know it's not the same in Saudi Arabia, and there's been a lot of talk in the media that it's going to change for the World Cup and the event, but culturally.
Yeah. So alcohol's available, but it's only available in hotels and licensed areas. So you can't just go into the mall and have a drink.
Okay.
That's not a licensed area.
But can you buy a drink whilst you're having dinner in a mall? I've not even thought about that.
Not in the mall, no.
You can't?
Unless it's attached to a hotel.
Okay.
The hotels are all licensed. So
in the malls, that's probably one place where you can't go for dinner and have a glass of red wine.
But
unless it's a part of the hotel.
Correct.
I've never even thought about that. I don't really drink wine anymore.
Yeah.
So I need to kind of have a look at the beverages list because I just have water and occasionally have the odd tequila because that's the only alcoholic drink that doesn't raise your heart rate or your blood pressure.
Ah, okay.
It's apparently, if it's 100% agave, it's the green juice
So
of
a
alcohol.
quality tequila then. I had the pleasure actually of going to the World Cup where it was alcohol free and it was wonderful. Bathrooms were clean. Everything was really nice and tidy and really orderly. So
I think there's a lot to be said for how unfortunately humans behave with and without alcohol.
yeah.
I think the cleanliness is interesting. And then clothing. I mean, I know it's a silly question, but beachwear. People wear beach costumes, normal beachwear,
Yeah.
bikinis and things. It's normal.
But yeah, it's absolutely normal. Actually, I think here in the world, you'll see people coming from the beach and going straight to the mall and still wear their beachwear.
Yeah.
Whereas you don't see that in other places in the mall, even
No.
in Western
No.
societies, you don't really see that. But here, no, there's no.
And what about public displays of affection? Because in the past, that's been quite a thing where you shouldn't kiss in public or things like that.
I think there are still rules around that, but it's never really affected us much. I mean,
I suppose when you've been married like 10, 20 years,
I
it's
think
sort of-
so. I'm 15 years. So
things change.
I have the
And then-
privilege of that's not that relevant to me anymore.
And then if you're not married, is it allowed to you're allowed to live together here? I don't know.
There have been rule changes before when I first got here. Absolutely not. There were laws around that, but that's also changed recently. So I think it's all that similar theme that Dubai is changing quite a bit as its society's changing, as more people come, but still really respectful to its rules and the culture that.
I think culture and respectfulness is so important.
Absolutely.
And you feel that. So for me, I can only really compare Dubai to sort of Abu Dhabi and Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, I've met the most welcoming, hospitable people that I've kind of met anywhere else in the world. I think Sri Lanka was another country where the people were so happy and so pleased to see you.
Yeah.
And I felt that so much in Jeddah. It was unbelievable. So welcoming. It was
Next, we'll take you to Pakistan too. We're also known for our hospitality.
Yeah, no, I met some gentlemen yesterday that were in journalism and I was filming in a mall and they said, you can't do that. You need a permit. And I didn't know that, which was interesting. I was trying to ask random strangers what it was like living and working in Dubai.
You need a permit for that.
Yeah.
Because you see it a lot now. You do
Yeah.
see people just
Well,
filming in malls.
you have
and-
a creators HQ here. So content creators like myself in that kind of world that I live in
Uh-huh.
for part of my life, there's a real big thing to have creators here because they create content and they
Yeah.
promote the
Yeah.
place and it does kind of well. But I had a mic, which was a physical mic.
Ah, okay.
They didn't like that. But
Yeah.
if I had a little
You could have gone
lapel. So downsides, we've covered that a little bit, haven't we? What are the downsides of living in Dubai? Probably the hot summer and
Traffic.
And,
it can be expensive. It's starting to get expensive. So
but then you can live in different areas, can't you?
can
You
live
can
in
eat in
different
different areas.
areas.
And I think it's a choice. You can choose how you live. If you want to be a look at me or if you want to be a kind of family
Absolutely.
person, you can choose
Absolutely.
what sort of lifestyle you want to lead.
I have friends that every weekend choose to go camping in the desert. That is what they choose to do with their time. So you don't have to be in the mall.
I mean, that's another world. You just
Yeah.
drive only 30 minutes any direction that's
Yeah.
going sort of north and I think it's north. You find the desert.
Both, yeah, exactly.
What about if people want to come and live here? How easy is it to get citizenship?
Oh, citizenship is not easy.
So citizenship is not easy,
No.
but a visa is.
A visa is.
So if citizenship is something else, then obviously it's been, I didn't even know this. I've kind of not even thought about that.
It's very rare unless you're married to. Even that, I think there's quite a lot of rules and stuff to get citizenship. I don't know if that will change, but golden visa was quite a big step because previously you would get your 1 year or 2 year visa even as professionals.
And what sort of visa would I need if I wanted to come and live and work here?
Well,
As an entrepreneur.
You entrepreneurs, I mean, I think everyone's been hearing about the golden visa as the investor visa, but there's a lot of different aspects to it. So entrepreneurs, creatives, I know a lot of my friends who are artists and they were in the first round of golden visas, doctors.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different aspects. I haven't looked into it myself, but there.
And what about for entrepreneurs? Because obviously not every single entrepreneur is successful. And I think when you have failure, and I've had failure, and it's normally valuable lessons in learning.
Absolutely.
So what happens if you fail in business here? The laws around it, you get in lots of trouble. And I mean, sometimes things don't work out.
The good thing is the cost of setting up your business is cheaper than most places. So there's a lot of freehold zones, not just in Dubai, all over the UAE set up, where you can set up pretty low cost and test it out before you make a huge investment into Dubai.
So setting up is easy, but
Setting up is
failure,
easy, as everywhere.
bankruptcy,
But I'm with
liquidity.
you. I have failed plenty of times and
You learn more.
you learn more. Yeah.
It's painful. I mean, it's very painful.
Yeah, and in that moment, it doesn't feel like it's going to help you, but it does down the road. It does help you in some way.
No, you build resilience, and from resilience becomes strength. And then that gives you the kind of ability to go again. Because sometimes you don't think like you've got that in you to go again. But
Absolutely.
comparable to other major cities, obviously tax is a big thing. So it's massively cheaper than London, same with New York as well. I mean, it's virtually tax free.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a huge driver of anyone that's kind of like, well, hang on a minute, if I'm earning 100K and tax plus insurance at 58%, whatever it comes to, you're losing half of it to the government.
Yeah. And I think we're attracting people from cities we didn't used to, like Singapore. We're seeing a huge shift coming from Singapore. Switzerland, I'm hearing recently. Before, people used to opening family offices in Dubai has been happening for a while, but now we're seeing the full family office setup coming to Dubai. Not just one person manning a desk, but their whole setup they're bringing over to Dubai. So I think big changes are happening.
I think for me, with the end of the non-doms and with some of the changes happening in Switzerland, people are sort of saying enough is enough. And I think we've passed that tipping point. And I have so many clients that have already left, and also so many people are considering moving. And then housing costs, is it expensive? What does it sort of cost to, if you wanted a 2 or 3 bed home, what sort of prices are you looking at?
To buy.
To buy or to rent? I mean, a bit of both.
So the ranges for a 2 to 3 bedroom home, you'll probably start at 150 in the further areas.
150,000.
Oh, we do our
sorry.
rents annually.
Oh.
Also, I'll
Dirhams?
speak in
Pounds?
dirhams. I'll speak in dirhams, and we calculate our rents not monthly. We usually speak about them annually. So for 2 to 3 bed, if you're talking about further areas, actually, it's probably around 200 now. 2 to 3 beds anywhere is 200. The closer you get to the center, Sheikh Zayed,
The 200,
Arabian
that's
Ranches.
about £40,000. Yes, roughly.
Yeah, around divide by 5. Yeah.
Yeah. And utilities, electric, you don't have gas, probably not, I don't think. Utilities,
no, it's
water,
not.
electric.
Water, electric.
Is it expensive, or how does it compare? I drove 30 minutes on my last visit towards Abu Dhabi from Dubai to this amazing resort where there were going to be no high-rise blocks. And it's just like being with nature. There were antelopes roaming around in this like nature reserve, which kind of blew my mind. I'm thinking, hang on a minute. There's no traffic. There was no big blocks of building. It was just beautiful countryside, if that's the right word.
Yeah, I think people underestimate how much land there is to still grow to. And Abu Dhabi and Dubai in particular, it's only natural for the two cities to grow together. For example, my husband works in between both, and a lot of our friends commute in between the two cities. So
what do you pay
it's
normally?
comparable to the rest of the world, but we pay probably around less than £1,000 a month. And I'm in a 4-bedroom villa.
And then business expenses, I mean, it seems to be quite cheap. I was reading that you can get a business visa within 60 minutes now here or something.
Yeah, it's quick. And if you're not renting an office space, you can do a virtual desk. So within 15,000 dirhams with visa, you can have everything set up.
And education, is it all private? Where do you send your children? Is that a challenge for people?
Education's been an interesting, but we're getting a lot more options. Education is private. It is pricey, but again, when you compare it to cities like London and Singapore and stuff, they're
So pricey being how much per month or as a guide? So, because what I'm trying to work out is, okay, I earn £100,000 and I pay 0 tax, so then I get 100. But then how much of that money do I then spend on my housing and then my education? So do I end up being net the same?
You would spend for a child, younger child will be in British schools actually is a little bit less. We chose American and I don't know why, but they're a little bit more expensive.
That's interesting. You sent your children to an American school.
I think it's the system. No, I said I don't know why it's more expensive.
Oh, I see. Sorry. I thought, hang on a minute.
Clarify that.
You've sent your child to an American school, you don't know why.
It's actually the system I grew up in, so we chose that one. But you'll range from 50,000 a year, 50,000 dirhams a year.
To £10,000.
And above.
Roughly, yeah.
Above.
Yeah.
Most of them are around, I would say 60 to 75,000.
And then cars, do you own a car? Do you buy a car? Do you use Uber or?
It's not a public transport city yet.
Yeah.
So the metro is there, but it's convenient if you're close to the line, if you're close to Sheikh Zayed. If you're not, then you have to.
The one thing that I think when I've been anywhere in the world, the best city for public transport is Singapore, because everything is underground and the condos are directly above the station. So you literally can get from a lift down into the station and you go.
Yeah, you could walk across all of Orchard Road without actually coming up.
Yeah.
You're right. No, that's not here.
It's not, but you'd think with planning and planning for success, you would look at what works elsewhere in the world. And for me, Singapore, transportation, you can get anywhere and you never go outside. The whole country.
It's encouraged not to drive. Even their
Yeah, the taxation is like,
it's
if the car's
ridiculous.
£50,000, you pay £50,000 in tax. So they literally, but then they have the transportation
It's
system that
excellent.
delivers.
Yeah, buses, their underground taxis also. It's excellent there.
And air and water quality.
Because we're in the desert, air quality can be parts of the year really bad because the fine dust that's in the air. But it's
Rain?
not air pollution.
Does it rain? Because I read again, there was seeding happening where they were looking to get it to rain and make it rain. And
So I don't know if you knew about the floods last year, but that's a sensitive subject for
Right,
us. We were
okay.
traumatized by what happened last year in the floods.
Is it really bad?
It was really bad. Supposedly, we got rain that is equivalent to what the UK or London gets in 6 months in 2 days.
That's a lot of rain.
So we had floods. So half of Sheikh Zayed in front of Dubai Mall, that underpass was completely flooded. Cars were floating. So that was last year. This year we haven't had any rain. So generally rain is not a problem.
And then tap water, is it safe to drink? I know it's a silly question, but sometimes you read in some places that it's not.
Well, it's a personal choice. The tap water is desalinated. We choose to drink filtered water.
Yeah.
So we have our own filters that filter that and add minerals to it. And you have water bottles. You have everything at delivery in Dubai.
So adding minerals to your water, do you study that? Look at that. I mean, my daughter was very, very unwell for a while and she's now fully recovered. But it's kind of like, yeah, minerals and supplements is so important.
Yeah. So desalinated takes everything out. And that's a lot of what we get here. But there's some interesting again, it's a local company that started. So we've just been doing it for the last year or so.
And outdoor life for children to play. There's parks, but I read they're going to make air-conditioned cycleways. Is there air-conditioned parks yet or not? I mean,
not that I've heard of, no.
Yeah, but they're making a cycle route completely air-conditioned. So you do it's called the Loop.
Okay.
And you literally get on it and you can cycle and get your exercise and it's completely air conditioned in this loop.
Well, we've got a ski slope, so I mean that one's not that.
I've not been there actually. I should go and look. That could be interesting. And then children, are there green parks like you'd, there are?
Yeah, not as much as I'd like, but there is access in every area. There's at least a small park. And then if you go further out,
And then do you kind of, I know it's a silly question, but do you like during the summer months sleep different times? Do you become nocturnal? So you come out in the nighttime and sleep in the daytime? Or do you just carry on as normal?
Oh, no, I don't think I could do that with little children.
No.
No, that would be tough. No, we stay on our schedule. We do the regular stuff. We're not outside as much.
Yeah, that's interesting. You just live a different way. And because then again, I was thinking, do you become less healthy because you're not getting natural sunlight? Because you're not going outside, you're not getting the vitamin D. And then a lot of people here suffer with vitamin D deficiency. So then you probably need to supplement with vitamin D because you're not going out in the sun because it's too hot.
Yes. I think that is a real thing here. Actually, a lot of people do suffer from vitamin D deficiency, but it's only part of the year. Otherwise, I think most of us, when the weather is nice, we're outside as much as we can be every weekend, every chance we get. But it does become a problem when it's very hot. I think that's why if people can, they try to travel during that time.
Makes a difference to your health. And then with work, is there a lot of competition for jobs? So as there's now more people here, there must be more competition for jobs. If there's an advert for a job, there must be more people looking for work and applying. And then you would expect that would then drive up prices for positions. Are you seeing that yet? Or
yes, there's a lot of people applying for the same jobs. Competition is much more. I think we haven't seen that drive up salaries. I think the opposite might be happening. We haven't seen salary inflation as much as we've seen inflation in Dubai because there are so many people trying to come to Dubai.
Yeah. And then telecommunications, WhatsApp doesn't work here.
WhatsApp works. WhatsApp video and voice calling doesn't work.
But why is that?
I don't have an answer to that, but it's always been like that, and they've held their ground on that one. They've changed a lot of things, but that one, they have their own, but I think they have launched Botim, which is the own app.
Because it's kind of like everyone wants to control everyone and everyone wants to know what's going on, don't they? So you never know.
Yeah.
And then social media is monitored here, I'm told. I don't know how much they monitor it and what they're looking to do will stop. But again, an element of control. Do you really feel that here?
To a certain extent, because they've got some strong rules around it. Filming people and, other parts of the world, you pull out your camera and you can put someone on the internet. You cannot do that here. You cannot film someone without their consent, and you definitely cannot post them without their consent. It's quite strict here about that. So they have some pretty, I'm not necessarily against it. Again, I have little children, so.
Children, I always understand, is just didn't really film children.
Yeah, no, of course. But I think they don't have the gray areas. It's quite black and white about certain topics.
Wow. I need to be careful if I'm producing content, because for me, just me walking along and B-roll and being in cities and being in places, we use a lot of B-roll for our content.
Yeah, and I think defamation, you can't go and put someone on the internet and say, this is what's happened. You have to be careful of that.
And then visiting is very easy. Just fly to the country and visit. I mean, they've got a lot of facial recognition here now. I walked through everything. Just you put your passport down, it knew my name and everything. And even before I got my passport, it was opening the door for me before I'd actually done anything, which is kind of like, whoa, that's like super fast.
Yeah, it was.
And even Carrefour shopping, you can actually register now that you can either pay with your hand or pay with your face.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I know you had the handheld and you had it on your phone and stuff.
But now you can actually register. You take a picture of your face and you can then, just by showing your face, it automatically pays and debits your account.
And I think I read somewhere, I think Dubai might be one of the most advanced in AI, in like incorporating AI in their different sectors, especially government and stuff. I think we might be the most advanced also.
And coming back to moving here and living here, the visa situation, is that typically a 10-year visa where you have to invest?
But that's if you want that 10-year golden visa. Otherwise, you can set up a company and have a 1-year visa with 10,000 dirhams, a little bit more, depending on how many visas.
So you don't have to come here and immediately buy. You would come here, set up a business.
Absolutely. I think it's 500,000 investor or 2 million property if you invest in a 2 million property.
And then also to get a visa and to set up. So you come, you look at the visa options, you get your accommodation, you get your work, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, it's actually that simple. It really is.
I mean, it's incredible how simple it can be, and kind of worrying that when we think of the rest of the world, how complicated we make things.
Yeah.
Is there anything I'm missing about moving and relocating to Dubai? What would be your top tips?
The time of the year you choose to come. Try, if you do want to shift to Dubai and check out the city or just visit, try to come between October to January to see what the city's really like. That's when it's the most vibrant, most exciting. There are so many areas and options in Dubai. Really consider, and if you're a family, really like look at the schools nearby and really consider which part of Dubai you would like to be in. It's become huge.
I think that's quite a fair point. It's kind of like, what is the school run like?
It didn't matter so much as before, but yeah, if you choose 2 schools for 2 different kids, a nursery and another, you need to kind of know your logistics before you commit to it. But there's a lot of options now. I think a lot of cities, either you go to the school near you, or in a lot of transient cities, Singapore, Hong Kong, there's 3 or 4 schools everyone kind of tries to get into.
Yeah, I remember
Here, it's not like that. Even a school you might like will have possibly 2 campuses, or there's a new one opening, and there's a lot happening. So a lot of options. So do your research.
And obviously there's going to be lots of people that may have questions. So hopefully you'll be available to sort
Anytime.
of answer questions and guide, because I think being a parent and living in what is a foreign country for many is that kind of making that big step, and that move is such a big move. So thank you so much for your
Thank
time,
you for having me.
your honesty, your openness, and making yourself available for those people that will have those questions. That's kind of like, what is it really like? What's school like? What's the school run, etc. Really, really appreciate it, and thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Everyone in the video, thank you so much for watching as always. Please remember to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel. Thank you.